Kabelo Ncholo is a nice young 32-year-old who's extremely bright, who has started a company called Your Self Management. They've managed different accounts from different corporate companies. He's been doing very well and growing in the township sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the come up.
I didn't put pen and paper into it. It was by pure default for me to do this. Until 2007, I then developed more courage, starting doing promotions in different clubs. Then 2007, and I met a client that introduced me to marketing and asked me to do promotions for them in Soweto. To me, it made sense. With events, you spend so much time doing planning, and your profit margin, sometimes you're looking at a loss. After a week, I invoiced them 40,000 rand. 40,000 rand for doing a marketing, which is simple, getting the girls do the promotions, and I was making 50% profit on it. And right there, I knew that, okay, this is how I'm going to position the company. And the lady is Michelle Combrick, and I asked her to be my mentor, and I used her company as my benchmark, and that's when I started to have a clear focus and a clear vision of what I really wanted. The black and the red, it's our corporate identities, because if you remember that black says powerful and red it says passion. It just says to you, we believe in what you do, as we believe in the brand being powerful, and we are passionate what we do. The biggest challenge was financial management. To me, I couldn't differentiate between the financial or the capital for the business and my own income. And I started spending on my own, so there was no difference between the business and my personal expenses. So I actually used the business card as my own. That was one. However, I always worked with the team. When I was really growing, the other challenges was the people that were around me, where I didn't really get the right type of people that had the best interest of the business. I had friends, I had people that I knew they've been with me, they helped me then, and then when things were starting to go right, then these are the people that I actually put into positions or space that needed me to trust them, and it backfired. It backfired big time, in a way that the same people have let me down. At one point, 2007, I was doing well. Towards the end of 2008, I lost most of the clients because of people that are working for me. They were not serious. They were not doing what had to be done. And also my casual spending of using the business financials. I had nothing. 2009, beginning of it, actually, it was one of my worst years. Everything was just going against me. And when I went through that moment, everyone has just moved away from me. I was just on my own. People that I spent time with, I spent the same money on, they had no time for me. So that was one of the learnings I did, that when you're running a business, sometimes you have to be strict about your vision. You need to be, I won't say selfish, but always consider that not everyone has your best interest. And when you hire human management, you're going to hire people that you place them that will be able to give you a different view, not people that are going to agree with you, just the fact that it's benefiting for them at that moment. So that was the other learning. The other learning is also, of course, getting the right people just surrounding them. Basically, this is where the magic is happening. And I have to give it to my team as well, that I do not work alone. We invest quite a lot of time in research, understanding the markets, understanding the trends that is happening. So when you go to the clients, we know what we're talking about, and we're able to give them the results. This is for our work. We have 3 of this. The Jeep, it's out as well, where we fitted it. We open it, and that's when we do brand, because it's more to do with an engagement, sampling your brand for a client as well. Not only does it do that, this car, and why we had to go for them is because they also work as generator. So when you go to a township we can really just promote anywhere, because this can work as a generator, as you could see behind here. We just plug and ready to go. My strategy of positioning myself as a township economy worked very well, because the companies or the competition that is there, it's competing on urban, but everyone is willing to go and test it. And whatever that you try, what you're telling them, they're willing to invest into it. My ratio has been 3 to 1 ever since then, and I'm starting to say, I can take you to the township. Every third client agrees and take a risk with me to say, okay, let me see what you can do. And I knew that there's so much potential and there's so much business. And another thing that makes me to be in advantages, the mentorship I was getting from Zinto, which is they're also playing to that market. Then I learned from the onset with Michelle when she says to me, when you go into that market, you need to own your own assets. When you have your own assets, I can beat you. You can beat anybody else on the price. So I can go against you. I will beat you on the price because of all the assets that I'm going to use, whether gig rig or whatever that is needed to go into a township. I've already have that, and I invested more in terms of the relationship with the players, the taxi associations. I had to make sure that they know me. So I have an access to a take different taxi rank. I have an access to different shopping centers in a township. So that came up very handy for me to say, okay, invest into resources and invest into relationships. So these two, you combine them together, then it works out for you. So that's how I was able to differentiate ourselves as a business from our competitors with that, because not everyone has assets and not everyone has the relationship. This is one of the properties that belongs to your self-management. We also do have a warehouse in Kaisen. The plan is to own up the whole street. We own this land as it is. Your self-management office activation site will be here. This, we're buying it out. That's where our production department is going to be. In fact, we have already requested an offer to purchase from them. My business strategy is to own. We own the land. Even the offices where we are, we need to own it. That gives us more room to compete, especially in terms of pricing as well and for positioning.